When it comes to getting more online reviews, managing your own reputation, there are a few mistakes that we see business owners making all the time. And if I could just take a few minutes in this video to help you avoid some of those mistakes, I really think it'll be worth the time that you spend. Okay. The first mistake and the biggest one that I see is just not asking for reviews. And having talked with many business owners, I understand some of the obstacles to asking. I've talked to business owners who had fear around asking for reviews. I've talked to business owners who probably the most common objection is I just don't have time to ask for reviews. Or, sometimes they say, well, I have to train my sales team or my technicians or my delivery drivers on how to actually do that because I don't have direct one-on-one contact with the customers. And we just haven't gotten around to it yet. And so there's all these things and there's all these sort of excuses that business owners will make. And look, I get that. I want to affirm that. And I want to tell you that if you're watching this video, you are now being introduced to another option, because for a very modest, I would say, investment in your business, you can have a company like ours alleviate that pain for you and consistently ask. No customers falling through the cracks. Will a customer choose to ultimately leave feedback for you in the form of a positive review? That's up to them. But the process of asking and following up to make sure that we have the best chance possible of capturing that experience and leveraging that customer to go out and create more and more customers, that is going to come down to having a repeatable system and process, which is what we are pros at doing. The second huge mistake that I see happening is that business owners don't have a process around responding to reviews, okay? And so it's very important for you, if you get a review in from any platform, that you go ahead and respond to that review. That's whether it's positive or negative, no matter what they had to say, they deserve a response. Google likes to see you actually being active and responding to your customers, and other potential customers like to see you responding to your customers as well. So you literally can't go wrong by just having a plan to respond. So you have to have a plan to ask, you have to have a plan to respond. All right, the final huge mistake that I see business owners making when it comes to their reviews and their reputation management is not leveraging those reviews into other customers. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, we have a philosophy around customers. And what that philosophy is that every customer should be able to multiply. Okay? So customers should multiply. That's the philosophy. So every one customer you have ought to be able to turn into at least a second customer. And ideally, even more than that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 customers. Because if you have multiplying customers, you don't have a marketing problem. And you don't even need a marketing budget, right? And what people do not realize is that word of mouth can be intentionally systematized. You can actually put an engine around your word of mouth, and that is with a strategic review and reputation management system. And so what you do when you get those reviews is you find other ways to leverage those reviews into more customers. Yes, ideally, each individual customer is actually telling people in their network about you, but you don't have to rely on them to do that. Once you've asked and follow up with them and they've left you a review, that review is an asset. And I want you to think of that as a marketing asset that you have to use from now and forevermore in all of your sales conversations and all of your graphics and all of your website, your marketing conversations. You can use all of those reviews that you have to help multiply into more customers. You have to ask. Please don't fail to ask. Then you have to actually respond to reviewers when they leave a response. Now, in order to respond, you need to know that they've left a review, and our monitoring service helps with that. That comes included when you actually work with us for review and reputation management. So you get notified of every review, positive or negative, no matter which platform it was left on. We do that automatically for you. And then leveraging the reviews, which is something else that we do. So we're happy to take care of any piece of the puzzle for you, asking or monitoring and helping to respond, and also getting those reviews leveraged for you. Just click the link in the description below, and we'd be happy to speak with you about how to leverage review and reputation management in your business.